Today's stuff, you're going to really look at your pH to figure out the pOH, because both of them together is going to equal 14. Okay? All right. So look at the very first one where they're giving you hydrogen, a negative logarithm of 10 with a negative 5. Okay? That means, look at that number. What's opposite of negative 5? A positive 5. So your pH is going to be a 5. The pH is always going to tell you whether you have an acid, a base, or neutral. So which one is this? Is it an acid, is it a base, or is it neutral? It's an acid. Okay, so at the end of your handout, where it asks you that, you're going to put acid for that. Okay? Now, because my pH is 5, what is my pOH? Because, yes, because 5 plus 9 equals my 14. Correct? And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now, to find your logarithm, unplug. Isaiah. Okay, so what's going to be my logarithm for the pOH of 9? Guys, we need to all be unplugged. Everything should be off. Okay? Okay, so what's my logarithm for pOH? What's opposite of 9? A negative 9. So you're going to have 10 with a negative 9. That's it. Because when you had the 5 for the pH, 5 plus something has to give you that 14 for the pH, because that's your scale. Okay?
So
We see that?
for number 4,
Guys, we need to turn that off. There it is.
for number 4, the pOH would be 14. I mean 12.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then this would be 10.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do an example from your worksheet. That's number what?
4.
Number 4? So let's do number 4. Whoops.
And then how do you tell if there is acid or base?
Number 4, what was it that they were giving you?
10, negative 2.
Okay, so they're giving you the logarithm there for hydrogen. So that is giving you the pH. So your pH is? It's 2. Because your pH is 2, your pOH is what?
12.
The 12. Very good. And my logarithm for the hydroxide, what is that going to be? 10 to what?
Negative 12.
10 to a negative 12. Now, what tells me whether it's an acid, base, or salt? Remember that the pH is what tells you whether it's an acid, base. Okay, so what is a pH of 2 is what? It's going to be an acid.
It's 1 through 7 that's acid, right?
1 through, or 0 through 6 is going to be your acid. Remember, 7 is neutral. Very good. And then 8 to 14 is your base.
0 through 6 is acid?
And your 7 is neutral. And that pH scale is that little handout I gave you on your page 50.
8 through 12, right?
8 through 14
14
is your base. Okay. And that's it. Where is it that we have questions so far? Huh?
So happy.
Okay, on the pOH, remember that this little thing, let's go ahead and go to the next page.
If
So-
pH is 7, where you put acid or base, do you just put neutral?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's that.
Okay? Because whatever you have here, you must add to whatever you have here, and both must equal the 14. Okay?
Okay.
So pick whatever. Let's say like a 3. If I had a pH of 3,
11.
my pOH would have to be 11 to give me that 14. Okay, does that look a little less busy? Yes? And then remember your pOH, your hydrogen, your logarithm is the negative, so it's just 10, negative 3, my stylus, because that's opposite of your pH, that number. So your pOH would be what? My hydroxide would be what?
-11.
It would be a -11.
So is it always going to be a negative number?
For the 10, for the
Yes.
logarithm, yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we better now? We feel
Yes.
better about it?
Yes.
Okay, we good? Okay, and that's it. That's all there is. The rest is the review.